If we are making predictions, I think Michael Avenatti just bought himself a front row ticket as a defendant to a civil lawsuit by Nike against him for extortion. For those of you who don't know me, I am Viva Frei, a Montreal litigator turned YouTuber. For those of you who are new to the channel, 1, 2, 3, huh? Oh! Either from my live stream interview with Mark Sargent, Flat Earth Theorist, or from my video where I analyzed Alex Jones's deposition, I make law vlogs, which are basically videos where we discuss, break down, and explain something that's occurring in the news in legal terms, but in a way such that non-lawyers can actually digest and understand. But my channel is a little broader and more eclectic than that. We also do cooking videos, fishing videos, GoPro videos, drone videos. Tomorrow, for example, the video is how to dye an Easter egg using traditional Ukrainian batik resist methods of wax and dye. It's fascinating, actually, check it out. Today, however, we're talking about Michael Avenatti. For those of you who have been living under a rock, a few weeks ago, Michael Avenatti was arrested for criminal extortion against Nike. Avenatti, purportedly representing a client, said that he had information that if he made public would wipe $10 billion off Nike's market cap, and in exchange for his client's silence and his own silence, his client would need to be paid $1.5 million, and Michael Avenatti would need to be paid in the order of $10 to $25 million. I made a video of that breaking down when settlement discussions turn into extortion. I'll post a link to that video right here, somewhere about here. When the settlement discussions break down with Nike and it's clear to Avenatti that neither he nor his client are getting paid the settlement amounts for their silence, Avenatti goes to Twitter saying that there's going to be a press conference tomorrow on the eve of Nike's quarterly earnings, where he's going to blow the lid off the whole thing and, cause tremendous economic damages to Nike. 45 minutes later, Avenatti is arrested. A couple of weeks later, when it becomes clear to Avenatti that he's never going to get paid for his silence with that information, he posts it to Twitter for free. Now, in full disclosure, I did not read all of that information. I am not clicking on the link and downloading anything onto my computer from Michael Avenatti's tweet. But I have read from other articles what that information contains, and it's sort of irrelevant to the discussion right now in any case. Michael Avenatti just bought himself a civil lawsuit by Nike against him for damages resulting from his extortion. Now, this might be confusing to some people because extortion is a criminal matter, whereas damages in civil court is a civil matter. And it may not be known to everybody, but someone can actually be sued civilly for damages resulting from extortion criminal conduct. And the whole interplay is very interesting because a conviction for extortion in the criminal court requires the criminal threshold burden of proof, which is beyond a reasonable doubt. A civil condemnation just requires preponderance of the evidence, balance of the evidence, 50% plus 1. Is it more likely than not that the wrong was committed and damages ensued? And you can have a civil condemnation even when there has been a criminal acquittal. The most notorious example is O.J. Simpson, who was acquitted of murder in the criminal courts, but found to be civilly liable for damages resulting from wrongful deaths in the civil court. And that's because the burden of proof is totally different. Civil court, preponderance of the proof. Criminal court, beyond a reasonable doubt. So there could be a reasonable doubt in the criminal sense, but it's more likely than not in the civil sense, and that's what happened in OJ's case. Regardless of what happens with Avenatti in the criminal case, I think Avenatti successfully just guaranteed himself a civil lawsuit by Nike against him for the civil damages resulting from Avenatti's conduct. I mean, what Avenatti effectively did by dumping the documentation for free on Twitter was follow through with his extortion threats to Nike in the first place. And the only reason he would have done anything like this is specifically to cause damage to Nike. Some people might be inclined to think this is about the truth, journalism, pursuit of justice. But if Avenatti were after justice, he would give the documentation to the police who would conduct a proper investigation. Playing judge, jury, and executioner and going public with what he is passing off as being evidence of criminal conduct is done strictly to punish Nike for failure to pay Avenatti what he demanded in order to keep that information private. And how would one sue civilly for criminal extortion? It's very interesting. Some jurisdictions allow you to sue only if you pay the ransom, if you pay the amount that was demanded through the extortion. So someone demands a payment of $50,000 or they're going to release nude pictures of you. If you pay the $50,000, that would be a header of damage that you can sue for. In other jurisdictions, you can just sue for general damages resulting from the extortion or the conduct. Psychological damages, troubles and inconvenience, stresses, etc., etc. You have to make evidence of the extortion. You have to make evidence of the damages in order to succeed, but there are several headers of damages depending on your jurisdiction. What could Nike claim by way of damages? loss in market value if there was an actual drop in the price of their stock. As of the moment of filming this, Nike was not even 1% down on the day following the dropping of this information. Other damages would just be punitive damages for such egregious conduct, potentially lawyer fees and unnecessary expenses incurred in the settlement discussions with Avenatti, who, in the absence of a settlement, took all this information public in any case. Incidentally, if you like my videos and you like my content, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Membership status is enabled on my channel, so you can become a member if you want. $5 a month, $60 a year. I take recommendations. If you have any good ideas for law vlogs, email me, message me, DM, I check everything. I am predicting a civil lawsuit by Nike against Avenatti because Avenatti basically just confirmed all of his ill will and his malicious conduct by dropping the information that he said he would keep quiet if they paid him. Prediction has been made. We'll see where we are in the future, but at least now you know your vlog. Peace out. Boom!